It's the beginning of another weekend. Welcome to the show. I am Moriah Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me.
Good morning.
Hello. Morning. Hi, Topsy.
I'm
This
smelling
dress,
myself.
remember this dress from Tismat?
Yes, Tismat.
That was the first
yes,
one
that
she
was
gave
our
us.
introduction to Tismat, you know. And it's been
still really,
almost 4 years,
yeah.
and it's really nice.
Oh, I can't even remember my first. I think I'll give you mine out, though.
Yeah.
But this looks really good.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. So today is World Hypertension Day, and I will be hosting a Facebook Live sponsored by Reader Herbal Health. So it's going to be on Facebook and it's going to be on Instagram. And I'll be interviewing 3 doctors. So the idea is just to get people to know that what you don't know still kills. So don't be thinking, I don't know what my numbers are. So the campaign is know your numbers. Go and get your blood pressure checked. Hypertension is still the number 2 killer in Nigeria, actually most of sub-Saharan Africa, apart from malaria. So it's killing people because they don't know their numbers. It shouldn't kill anybody because it is something that if medicated, you can live healthy, long life with hypertension. So
wow.
I'm sure we'll talk about it even next week because the producers are saying that we would also talk about it next week, but you can catch it on Facebook and I've tweeted about it too, so you can also follow up.
Stuff.
But get yourself checked.
Nima has a lot
Lots of lectures going on. Ramadan lectures.
Ramadan.
You're in demand.
Yeah,
I know my cousin called me to give her, you her number, Larry.
Yeah. I've always had the Larry's number. I was shocked that she's Larry day over there. But my Godo Muslim community wants me to talk to their singles and married on Islamic marriages and courtship.
Wow, that's good.
And it's a very, very juicy area for me. It's something I wake up like this and I can tell you about. So I'm not going to be doing too much of research. All the verses are available. But that's for next week, Saturday. For 24th, is this Saturday? I'll confirm the date. I'm also speaking. I'm a panelist tomorrow at the Dare to Inspire 3rd edition.
The loaded panel.
In fact, loaded panel. So we're going to be talking about Muslim women inclusion in the digital world and how we cope. So a lot of us, the actress is there, I am there, and is over-registered already. That's the painful part. So they had to cut down registration, and people started calling me. I'm not part of the organizers. But this morning I have a sincere apology to render to one of the fans of Your View based on my comments on the show, Irene Fax. She had suffered, her mom actually had suffered the condition has, that, you know, after her birth, her mother couldn't actually carry any pregnancies. And until she started having children, her mom kept worrying and trying to have she tried over 8 times. So I felt the sensitivity and, you know, the lack of sensitivity when I made that comment, how it affected people. I felt the need to apologize to herself and to Inse herself. I'd like to understand what more.
We'd like to bring Inse to the show. Because many women might be going through this and they don't know and they will draw strength from her.
I'm seriously scared this morning because I found out a family friend is going through a terminal illness. And, you know, we can't reach that person. I lost a friend last Ramadan because I didn't probe further. So I'm just worried. But tomorrow's event, I'll get to the 3rd part in the papers. Trust me, there's the 3rd part.
She's balling. It's Ramadan.
We're having our own
Ramadan
lecture tomorrow, so please come. It's not that we have our own lecture. I think starting 10 a.m.
This is not Ramadan lecture. It just happened to happen in
Ramadan season.
Because it's targeting Muslims.
We call it the Ramadan lecture. You call it what you want, but it's tomorrow on TVC, so please come 10 a.m.
And the TV season will be very loaded as well. Sheikh Abraman Ahmed is the guest speaker. You don't want to miss him. So the fiqh and all the lessons you need to learn, those are my sheikhs.
So fantastic. Hey, madam. Our yellow popo. How are you doing?
I'm well.
She's not looking at my mouth.
I think for me to respond, I think I should just say, Jesus, you love me too much.
Trust me, I understand that.
Too much, too much, excess love. You know, when things are going well, when work is going on back to back, I got into the country yesterday morning, flew to another state, came back to Lagos. Now I'm here this morning, and I have 2 more modules left for my MBA to be completed. Oh gosh, I can't wait. I think I'm just going to celebrate with all my girlfriends. Then what else again? My kids are doing well. I'm in a good place.
Fantastic.
And God is faithful.
that is
That's
good.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. It's good to
More
know.
invaluable. Honestly.
That's what we
It's
want, because
invaluable.
regardless of what happens,
Yeah.
the important thing is that you
moving on.
survive, you're happy, and you can, you can celebrate. That's
I'm
the most
telling
important.
you,
Please,
yeah.
must enjoy this life. Please, not stress. Please. Anyway, I'm doing great. But guess what? Yesterday was Temidire's birthday. That's YK's grandson. He was born yesterday.
Big boy
And we're
already.
wishing him a happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So YK is on the phone. Hello, YK.
Oh, she's online.
In the building.
How are you?
We're good, Grandma.
Morning.
How is Temidire?
He's fine. He's here. He's watching the show.
So how
I
you
wish it
smiling?
was a video
Always
call so
smiling.
you could see him.
Yes. So how was the birthday party yesterday? Oh, look at the picture.
Cute.
Oh, oh, YK.
YK, I've renamed him Temi Smiling. This smiles, just shouldn't leave him. He's always
He
smiling.
can smile. Honestly.
YK,
I
I
think
could
he
touch
can
you.
smile for Nigeria.
I could touch you, YK. How is taking care of the baby? How is it?
It's not easy.
You're a natural.
At least it's still hanging in there.
You'll be all right.
Yeah.
She's a natural. YK.
But I'm enjoying it and I'm enjoying him. He's such a cutie pie.
So tell us about your
such a
daily routine. You wake up in the morning. What time do you wake up? Diaper, the whole stuff.
Today I got up at 5.
Okay.
His mom leaves for work at 8.
Okay.
So we've been together since 7. His mom wants to say, because his mom is still breastfeeding.
Right.
So she expresses her milk
Right.
for me. So I have the milk.
Right.
He waves to his mom, goodbye.
What's your day?
Ah, that's nice. He's 1 year old, so he knows Grandma very well. Oh, that's so
Yeah, he
good.
knows me. He knows me very well.
Okay,
looks
you're
like
living the life. I'm so blessing God for you.
Yeah.
Blessing God for you. This
I
is the
thank
life.
God. I
you
thank
know, you have
God.
your
I thank
child,
God.
you have your
Your
grandchild.
Very,
And we
very much.
appreciate the sacrifice you're making. You had to leave
Yes.
everything in Lagos just to be with that little boy. That's a huge sacrifice, YK. Well
I pray
done.
God rewards
Well
you.
done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. God
Thank
bless.
you so much. And I'm watching you. I'm enjoying the show.
Thank you, YK.
Thank you.
All right, take
I'll
care.
continue watching. Don't disgrace me, I wish I was
We will
there
not.
Okay,
with the
don't worry.
Makeredulu's comments. Ay.
YK, hey, there, Bob, please cut the phone.
I already got your feedback. Shame what is-
All right. Say on the marijuana.
Yes.
YK. That's the topic you'll be interested in, marijuana matters. Anyways, let's go on the break. When we come back, we'll go through the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us. We're going to go through the papers. I'm going to start with Vanguard. Obasanjo mom, as Atiku Afenifere fight Oba of Lagos. Buhari's victory has demystified Obasanjo, says Oba Akiolu. Says Atiku will fail at the tribunal. And Atiku replies and says, allow tribunal to do his job and face traditional issues. INEC shifts Kogi Bayelsa gubernatorial polls to November 16th. FG to disburse another 649 billion Paris Club refund to states. Senate concurs with reps, passes bill to make June 12 Democracy Day. And lack of strong legislature, reason governors run states as personal empire, says Dogara. Major headline. Please, who has that story? Please tread carefully. It's my Oba.
It's okay. Me, I have about opinion on my side.
So if
the
you
Oba
miss
of
Yan,
Lagos,
if you miss Yan,
you know
we'll
that
package
the
you
kingdoms
to
are
Edo.
separate. The Oba of Lagos, had decided to talk on the post-elections issues and said, yes, the victory that Buhari got from the just concluded election was a proof that Obasanjo is not God and that God destines a person for wherever they get. It demystified him. And he went further, and I think that's where the reply started to come to say that Atiku's sojourn whatever at the tribunal is doomed already, is definitely going to fail. So that started to get the people who should know, because Yinka Odumakin is Yoruba, and he knows that one Robafi, but he decided to reply and say the Oba should stay on the traditional
Was it
matters.
Odumakin that said that article?
Yinka Odumakin in the Vanguard.
Yes, Afenifere said that he should leave
Yinka
politics.
speaking for them. And Atiku has himself also had joined issues. But Atiku is not Yoruba, but Yinka should know. But then the other two should maintain.
Who has the INEC story in Kogi and Bayelsa?
Okay, so the INEC election, INEC has postponed the election from November 2nd to November 14th in Kogi and Bayelsa states. The reason for Bayelsa was because after they announced it about 2 weeks ago, there was a protest explaining clearly that legally within Bayelsa State, they have declared the 2nd of November Thanksgiving Day within that community. And so because it is a legal thing, INEC went back and reviewed when next they could do the election. And so it's been carried out. It's going to be carried out, moved 2 weeks. Okay. So that's just the basics of the news.
Let's move on to The Nation. 649 billion naira Paris Club refund ready for states to share. Police parade 93 suspected highway robbers and kidnappers. Loom is a Ponzi scheme, SEC warns. Senate approves June 12 as Democracy Day. Editors seek waivers on newsprint orders. Let's talk about the parade of 93 suspected kidnappers. Go ahead.
Yeah, so yesterday the police arrested armed robbers, tourists along the bandits. And Niger State, Katsina State, Kaduna State, especially on the Kaduna-Abuja highway. And it was said that 35 AK-47 were recovered from them, 21 dung guns, 500 live ammunition, and other weapons, including a rocket launcher, was recovered from all of these suspects. And the first spokesman yesterday said that they've been arresting them in the last 2 weeks, and that in the last 1 year, a lot of this armed robbery have been ongoing in all of these states and has increased the
especially that Kaduna,
security.
Abuja-Kaduna highway has been very notorious.
Everybody is now doing the train.
Yes, because a lot of politicians have been arrested on that highway. People have been, I mean, and I'm so happy that at least we're making headway. But hopefully we can convict some of these suspects that are found guilty. Yes,
I wanted to join the bandits who abducted 7 people, including a baby in Zamfara, with this same story that Kike just took. You can imagine the person reporting, the resident who was the eyewitness, Ibrahim Mohammed, was saying that the suspects came and killed 2 people because they were shooting into the air to scare people, and the kind of arms that they brought. So when Kike took the rocket launcher, he said, I was, pained. The kind of weapons that these people have. We pray that the police will continue to have success stories in nabbing them.
And we congratulate the police too. Well done to them. Well done. Because when they do their jobs, we should commend them. Oh, Loom, Ponzi scheme. It started again. You've not recovered from MM. Go ahead, Tokwe.
Miss Mary Udwak, who is the acting director general of SEC. SEC controls all the proper, Security and Exchange Commission, controlling proper investments, is saying that Loom is a Ponzi scheme. It's a pyramid structure. It has no business. There is no investment. It is just a process where one person pays the other, and at a point there'll be nobody to pay the next one. And so he also mentioned that unlike MMM, where there's a website and they could trace the accounts and office, Loom operates strictly on a Facebook private group. So there's no way they could even shut it down or close it. So the appeal is to Nigerians to be wise. Don't fall for the same thing that happened to those that fell for MMM and all of that. So
what's the word? A word is enough for the wise. So if you like, listen.
Another quick story. The Nigerian Editors Guild of Nigeria, the Nigerian Editors Guild went to visit the Vice President yesterday, and the head of the team, Mrs. Funke Gemode, was mentioning how the print sector is suffering, and that most of these print newspapers it's not sustainable, and they have to be neutral. They cannot be on any side of any political party, and so it even creates more bottleneck for them to access funds. That they would want the federal government to step in and give them.
I agree on
give them some form of loan. No. Give them. There's a word they used what they did for grants to support them financially and give them access to import materials used for printing affordably. So they can get access to quality material to print at reduced rates.
What will even help also is for people to invest in printing down here so that they're importing this material
and increase the what's it called, employment in Nigeria.
Yes, wouldn't that affect editorial control? I mean,
no. But if it's from the government, they will be. It was. She said that it is she said the meeting was fruitful, being that the vice president has offered that they're going to have meetings with Emefiele. What they're asking for is what they've done for the power sector and all all of that. So it's like, just give us bailouts, support this, give us access to a flexible exchange rates.
Doesn't that affect? So next tomorrow, a new party comes in and it affects editorial.
No. Once this bailout is given, these are established press media houses, and they know what the funds are for, and
we need them. We need the media.
Okay, let's move on
investigations
to the Punch, as print is reading off, and online is obviously the future. The Punch, Paris Club refund, FG set to pay 649 billion. We'll take that in Sun. Let's take a few other. Ekiti, sacked 2,000 workers employed by Fayoshi. That's my father-in-law calls him Fayoshi. Bandits seized 3-month-old baby, 6 others in Zamfara. Lagos-Abeokuta Road, residents groan as contractor stops work. Governors back financial autonomy for states, legislatures, and judiciary. And INEC postpones Bielsa Kogi governor polls. Let's take the Fayoshi story. Who has that story? Go ahead.
I thought you wanted to take the story.
Is your in-laws?
So Ekiti, the current Ekiti State Governor, Fayemi, has let go of the 2,000 people that were employed under the previous administration after his election had taken place. So we remember I remember us taking this story then and wondering, why would Fayoshi employ 2,000 employ 2,000 people just after he knows that his person isn't winning the election. And while they were also still struggling to pay salaries at the time. So when Fayemi got in, contrary to expectation that he would just sack everybody, he carried out a detailed investigation into what was the process of employing these 2,000 people. And obviously there were loopholes. So he has let them go. The Labour person in Ekiti spoke up that you can't just sack all these people. And he said there were discrepancies in the process of employment, and we would revisit them and see on a need-to one-on-one basis each of them that qualify. We're also going to audit every position we have available in Ekiti State, and then they will release it for official people to come in to apply
properly. That's exactly the story. But interestingly, Fayoshi provided a nice, in fact, it's like a script that has already been prepared since last year. That this is wickedness. And we're thinking, why did you hire them in the first place?
Exactly.
I mean, it just made perfect sense. I mean, it's unfortunate, though, that these 2,000 people had to be let go. That had to let go. But the truth is that proper audit was carried out and investigation, and realized that these were totally unnecessary employed
and as we're going out of this current administration, I think every governor that is leaving should stop creating craters and creating problems, because it's your people that will still suffer.
Let's move on to the Lagos-Abeokuta Road.
Unnecessary expectations from these people.
The Lagos-Abeokuta Road.
Yeah, so the residents and the motorists plying along the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway yesterday expressed their dissatisfaction when it comes to the road, that the road is very, very bad, and the government, they are calling on the government along the area of Ogun State. I know Lima is ready to lash on this. Lamented that the condition of the road is very bad. Their cars are very bad. Yes,
he was flooded.
And as well as the security. The security of that place has been was compromised because a lot of attacks and the likes and all of that during the traffic road. Do you understand?
Yesterday till this morning as I was leaving, the traffic from the International Trade Fair had built all the way to Doba. You know that area. So the entire stretch of the road, all the gates on Festac, all the gates, first gate, second gate, third gate, taken over by trucks.
And we are not in the rainy season
because of a bad road ahead at the trade fair that government is oblivious to. They just don't know what is happening there. I don't understand how we have a local government chairman in Amu-Odofi, one at Oriade, Ojo, all these areas affected.
And we have a
then Nima has to be
and as far as I think, from the contents in the paper, I think there was some person who lamented that twice she has been rushed to the hospital while she was in traffic. Do you understand? Because of bad roads.
Murayo, hold on. I will
work in progress.
You know, the situation there has spanned beyond 2 years. This particular situation causing these issues is still there. If government was not oblivious, there would have been problem solving and be proactive. But every time that they are reactive, when people are talking, they say, no, you don't understand how it is. And we have House of Reps members living.
There's another story about governors backing financial autonomy for legislatures and judiciary. That's good for democracy, but I don't know why the governors are backing, because it seems like it's totally going to be going to weaken their own
the amendment that is taking care of
the legislature.
Amendment of the 1999 Constitution. These are taking care of this. So the president had put up a committee to structure how it would work. And at that committee yesterday, the governors agreed that this was the right thing to do. And
it's a good thing.
The speaker for the Speaker of the House of Reps also said because of this lack of independence financially on the part of the legislators, the governors now run their states as fiefdoms, you know, as emperors.
So that's it's a good thing. We're happy. Hopefully that our House of Assembly will get some spine.
They'll be able to
can impeach if they need to impeach
and
investigate what is going on in their states, where their governor.
It's not in the papers. Can we move on, please? Daily Sun, please. This sounds like a way package for our governors. So 649 billion windfall for 36 states and FCT.
They should just pause this payment.
2 weeks to go.
Pause the payment.
And they're giving them this amount of money.
Pause the payment.
I don't understand.
But the Minister for Finance was saying how it will go. States who are owing will have their payments structured differently. She went on to talk about how, you know, the economic recovery and growth plan was structured in a way that we'll borrow to get out of recession and finally be able to pay and reduce.
I don't understand. So
she's explained that
within the next 2 weeks. Wait, hang in there. Are they getting it within the next 2 weeks?
Yes.
Wow.
And it's their welfare package so that they can sort themselves
they immediately put into judicious use. They're saying that the FG will monitor.
That's what they said.
Very detailed.
Hopefully, because if I'm leaving office and you're giving me clinical billion before 2 weeks,
you will not even get to bother for years.
All my uncles and aunties will become contractors one day. Hey, what are you talking about? It's not Nigeria. But finally, June 12 is official.
Yeah.
Democracy
Day. There's no public holiday on the 29th.
So June 12, we're excited about it. That's
June
good.
12.
That's what we call democracy. So we thank God that all the senators and reps have agreed in one thing. Okay, let's go on a break. When we come back, we have some topics, and we have a Royal Highness in the studio, an Oba. Let us be very respectful. Please, behave yourself. Oba will just
we are all well behaved already.
See now, Oba will not besele you before he leaves here. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
It's Friday, so we're gisting again. Comedian Ayo Makun, AY, recently said that people often mistake being famous, people like Tokwe and Nima and Kike, as being wealthy. Are you wealthy? Yeah, famous, well, you're not wealthy, are we? Most especially when the famous person is an entertainer. According to him, most people don't know that many celebrities are just like models for the kind of fantasy lifestyle they wish to have. Now, what are your own thoughts on this? Join the conversation 07080668014. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. This is close to home to us. I don't even think this issue concerns Nigerians because the matter affects us more. Because the way people just assume that you can pay their bills, you can send their children to school, you can help them buy everything. I was still hearing somebody this morning. Let me not embarrass the person. But
you don't mention the name, you just mention the situation.
In my house, somebody in my house just came and they come up with all these sort of stories and they just assume that you have.
Well, let me add one this Ramadan. So they send me messages and say, don't forget that we're fasting also. So I'm compelled to send something. Okay. And recently someone sent again and said, I've still not heard from you. And I have a long list. I've not even finished on the list. Before I now join you inside the list, it will take time. People just assume that, you're comfortable. You dress up every morning, you wear makeup, drive a nice car to the station. They don't know that I still borrowed money from my husband to fix my car. Just last week.
Right. So and the nice are not so nice car.
They are not so nice. And we were discussing yesterday.
Your car is even terrible.
The car comes out of the street every morning. No matter how washed it is, it comes out. Once it comes out, it comes out dirty. So I swim muddy waters out of the estate. But yesterday while I was making my DD, we're gisting and we're looking at some actors and actresses who have had to do drugs. They've actually had to do drugs to keep up this lifestyle, to have the money to live up. And I was like, and somebody was like, but they act film, they should have money. I said, but you are making my hair. And do I look to you? I work with TV. Do I live that life? He said, I know it's your style now, you that we all of us are tearing iffy. I was like, it's not iffy, we're on the same level.
I went to the dry cleaner the other day to drop my clothes, and she was complaining that she hasn't seen me in a long time. I said, all the clothes I wear is TVC's own now. When I remove it, they go and wash their things. So she thinks I'm wearing clothes every single day, thinking I'll come and drop these clothes. And I'm like, Auntie, no, I only wear house. My boo-boo in the house, we can wash it. The one that needs dry cleaning is maybe if I have a party. So she was shocked that she has not seen me in 3 months because I don't have any heavy clothes for dry cleaning. It's just normal, regular clothes. Yes,
so, For a long time, I've always said that my mentors and my motivators are not celebrities. That for me, it is Dangote, it is Tony Lumelu, it is people in that space who have attained being famous by the virtue of the hard work and the industriousness of their person and how they've gotten wealthy. But in entertainment, it's the other way around. People get famous without being wealthy, without having money. And I am happy that AY has given us the opportunity to talk about this on TV, because it is our everyday experience being on TV here that people feel that because you're on TV, you have access to the governor. Maybe you know the governor, but me what share? For mommy, I'm like wondering, honestly, I would love to. I don't know the governor. Do you understand? He's been on our show. I don't have, I don't have his number on my phone. Even if I have, he will not pick the phone. Simple. You know, so really, I would love to. And so we must draw the line in fame is not wealth. And you can be popular and not have money, and there are many people in that space. However, you can decide to follow people that have acquired wealth and learn how they did it. Some people on famous later become wealthy, using that fame they have to create an industry later. But most of the time, when they are acquiring that fame, they don't have money. Okay. AY said that they are like mannequins. It's like going to ask a mannequin that wears a designer clothes that the mannequin should give you the clothes. It is not their own. It's just showing it. I
didn't understand the mannequin analogy anyway. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mannequin based on what AY said, I think that the reason why the public believe that they need to demand from these people is based on their lifestyle. And apart from their lifestyle, their means. For instance, AY is one of those people arguably has one of the beautiful houses, you understand? And people portray your shows, your what's it called? Tickets for your shows, tickets, talent, your work, and all of that. Do you understand? You realize that most of these people, however, I might be wrong, I don't think that they really give back to the society. What do I mean by that? Most times, if they can engage in some CSR development where people know that you give back to the society, the public will not demand unnecessarily from you.
May I disagree with Kike on the giving back?
Yeah.
Because no matter how much you give back, people will demand higher. People assume, once they even see that you have a giving spirit, people tend to abuse it. I have suffered it in my small space. People tend to abuse it and assume you've done for so, and so, which we have seen, or maybe somebody said, help me to thank her, and then they come with their own list at the back, not knowing that you had those people and you plan towards helping them. I usually plan. I see a case and I say
Let me take this call. Thanks for calling. Are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
Hello. Good morning, ladies. First-time caller.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Okay. So in respect of this discussion, being famous and whatever, I think there is, some blame should actually go to them. Yeah, because they flaunt their cars, houses, and then you see extravagant lifestyle, even if they are not as what they have, or probably what they don't really have. So you see some of these guys with big mansions, cars that they flaunt. Okay, for example, you see someone posting a Mercedes-Benz last week, and then in 1 month again you are seeing another Benz or a G-Wagon. So you are in an environment where, or probably in a country where you have most people who are jobless. That's why you find on Instagram, there are more beggars on Instagram and even more on their page, following them, asking for money, for food, for all that. So I think the part of the blame should also go to them.
They're part of the trouble. Okay, thank you very much, Boston.
So in most cases, you do a barter arrangement. The house that AY has is was an endorsement. He had, do you understand? They gave it to him so that he will flaunt it. And by consistently flaunting it, people that can afford it will come and buy it. So it's a business. That's why he said, we're models, we're mannequins.
And the street was named after him.
And the idea is... the idea is to use you, that you are famous, as an opportunity to get people to follow their brand. Aside from that, we have so many poor people around us. You can't scratch the surface. The average famous person has people that are sucking like leeches, family members and all of that. So no matter how wealthy you are personally as a wealthy person, as long as you are among poor people, you are poor. That's Yoruba says you are also as poor as your environment. And I think that when AY brings it up like this, we should have more people speaking up concerning this. AY should make the government understand that we have a responsibility as a people to the poor around us. You cannot just expect that we should just be endorsing you for political reasons alone.
I don't think that AY can rebut from the statements he has made because, number one, on his show, on each table, people pay 1 to 2 million naira to come and watch the show. That is one. If you can involve in community development initiative, do you understand, where people can now relate to you and say, okay, this is what you are giving back to the society. In as much as I understand that there are a lot of poor people around us, and yet there's no amount of people that you want to touch that will be enough.
A lot of celebrities actually do a lot of CSR. A lot of people don't know about it, but they do quite a bit of CSR.
But I think,
I think personally, it's not even so much about